Hello everyone, in this video we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app. That means for the text version of this quiz, please install this app. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. This is the name of Telegram channel, GKToday YouTube. Now we have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. Now let's start. Which international organization has released a report titled The State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World? So it is United Nations. Recently, United Nations released this report, and this has been jointly prepared by FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization, UNICEF, IFAD, and WFP. So FAO is Food and Agriculture Organization, IFAD is International Fund for Agricultural Development, and UNICEF stands for United Nations Children's Fund, and WHO stands for World Health Organization, and WFP stands for World Food Program. So these 5 organizations jointly worked for this report, and it has been released by United Nations. Now, one important thing about this report is that India and China are the only Asian countries that reported a reduction in the number of undernourished people. Which country is set to ban Huawei from its high-speed wireless 5G network? So recently this was decided by UK. Prime Minister of UK is Boris Johnson. Recently UK was in news as it was the host of Global Vaccine Summit. UK was also in news as recently Jayant Krishna was appointed as the CEO of UK IBC, that is UK India Business Council. Now India is the second largest source of FDI in UK. USA is the largest source of FDI in UK. Now coming back to Huawei, so it is a Chinese technology company. Which Indian has become the world's 6th largest person according to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index? Now please note that different index have different rankings. So please make sure that whenever you are writing that this person is the 6th richest person, please make sure that as per which ranking it is 6th. So recently Mr. Mukesh Ambani became the 6th largest. So recently Mr. Mukesh Ambani became the world's 6th richest person according to BBI, that is Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Now recently he was in news because of the 43rd AGM of Reliance. What is AGM? It is Annual General Meeting, and during this AGM Jio 5G was announced. Apart from that, Jio Glass was also announced. Answer in comment box what is Jio Glass. Now Jio was also in news as recently Google decided to invest in Jio, and Google is going to acquire 7.7% stakes in Jio. Which state government has launched Operation Muskan to trace the missing children? So this is an operation of state government of Andhra Pradesh, and the name of operation is Operation Muskan. The intention behind this initiative is to trace the missing children and to prevent the child labor and bonded labor. Now apart from this operation, few other operations were in news. So recently Indian Navy launched Operation Samudra Setu. Apart from that, recently Delhi government launched Operation Shield, and Indian Air Force launched Operation Sanjeevani. So this Operation Sanjeevani was launched to provide the essential medicines to the Maldives. As per the Health Ministry, what percentage of country's GDP is to be spent for public health by 2025? So the target is 2.5%. So this was announced by the Union Health Minister during a meeting with Finance Commission. That means with the 15th Finance Commission, that government is going to increase the public health expenditure to 2.5% by 2025. Now if we talk about Finance Commission, it is a constitutional body constituted as per the provisions of Article 280. Present chairperson of Finance Commission is Mr. N.K. Singh. Which institution has launched a 5,000 crore scheme for the computerization of PACS, that is Primary Agricultural Credit Societies? So this was announced by NABARD, that is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So this is an initiative for the computerization of PACS, and approximately 35,000 PACS will be computerized. Now NABARD was also in news as recently NABARD organized Digital Chopal. Answer in comment box what was the objective of this initiative. Which Indian has won the US IBC, that is US India Business Council Leadership Award? So the chairperson of Tata Group, N. Chandrasekharan, has been selected for this US IBC Global Leadership Award. Apart from him, the the CEO of Lockheed Martin, Jim Tyslet, was also selected for this award. Now coming back to this US IBC, so it is a council between India and USA to promote the business. Now recently USA was in news as it is India's top trading partner as per 2019-20 latest information. Which Union Ministry has released a set of guidelines named Pragyata. So this has been released by MHRD, that is Ministry of Human Resource Development. A detailed video on this topic has already been uploaded on Civils Academy. You can check that for more details. The first transshipment hub of India, Velarpadam Terminal, is being developed in which state? So it is being developed in Kerala, and it is going to be the India's first transshipment hub, and it is located in the Cochin port. Now Kerala was also in news because of Silverline project. Answer in comment box, what is the Silverline project? Which Indian institution developed the world's most affordable COVID-19 diagnostic kit, Corosure? So it has been developed by IIT Delhi, and this is world's most affordable kit, and it will provide the testing facility, and it is based on the RT-PCR method. So it is a COVID-19 diagnostic kit. Recently it was launched by MHRD Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank. Jio Platforms is to partner with which technology company to develop a new operating system for the smartphones in our country? So for this purpose, Jio has partnered with Google for the development of a new operating system for smartphones in our country. Now Google was also in news as recently it decided to invest $10 billion in India. Google was also in news as recently it relaunched Google Plus as Google Currents. Google was also in news as recently Shikha Sharma was appointed as the advisor of Google Pay. As per the World Wildlife Crime Report 2020, which is the world's most trafficked mammal. So as per this report, pangolin is the world's most trafficked mammal, and this report has been released by UNODC, that is United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. Now, in order to control the drug trafficking in our country, we have NCB, that is Narcotics Control Bureau. It is organization under MHN, that is Ministry of Home Affairs. Apart from that, recently government launched a campaign, and the name of the campaign is Nasha Mukt Bharat. Now answer in comment box, it is an initiative of which Union Ministry? Which state is set to launch a trial to study the efficacy of BCG vaccine in reducing the COVID-19 mortality on elderly people? So right answer is Tamil Nadu. So recently Tamil Nadu got approval from ICMR for this study, and Tamil Nadu is going to conduct this study in NIRT in Chennai. What is NIRT? It is National Institute for Research in Tuberculosis. What is ICMR? It is Indian Council of Medical Research, and it is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So these were the most important questions of today's quiz. Now we are going to cover important news. Feel free to skip it at your own risk if you do not like the format. So now let's start. So first news is related to Google CBSE. So Google has partnered with CBSE to train 1 million teachers. Why they will be trained? They will be trained so that they can deliver blended learning. That means they can teach properly, and for this purpose Google is going to provide the training. Next is Alice Fakfak. So he was the Prime Minister of Tunisia, and recently he was in news because he announced his resignation. Tunisia is an African country. The capital is Tunis. Next is Chandrika Prasad Chan Santokhi. So recently he was in news as Suriname, which is a South American country, has elected him as the president, and he is of Indian origin. So Alice Fakfak was the Prime Minister of Tunisia, and he resigned, and CC Santokhi has been elected as the president of Suriname. Suriname is a South American country. Next is AAI and BEL. So Airport Authority of India and Bharat Electronics Limited have signed a memorandum of understanding for collaboration. Next is India's first contactless car parking. So this is going to be at Hyderabad Airport. Next is world's longest electricity cable. So this is going to be between UK and Denmark. And recently it was in news because the construction work on this world's longest electricity cable started recently, and it is Viking link interconnector project. Next is Anji Khat Bridge. So this is Indian Railways first cable style rail bridge, and this is going to be in Jammu and Kashmir, and this is being developed by KRCL. What is KRCL? It is Konkan Railway Corporation Limited. Next is Braitley. So recently Australian fast bowler was in news as he has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Sports Adda. Next is Marcus Rashford. So recently he was in news as he became the youngest ever recipient of honorary degree from the Manchester University. Now he is from England and he is a football player. Next is Poba Reserve Forest. So it is in Assam, and recently it was in news because it will be upgraded to wildlife sanctuary. Next is the Tangams. So recently a book titled The Tangams, the ethno-linguistic study of critically endangered group of Arunachal Pradesh. This is the title of book. It was released by the Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh. Who is the Chief Minister? Pema Khandu is the Chief Minister. So these Tangams are little known community within the Adi tribe of Arunachal Pradesh. Next is Kaji 106F. So it is the name of tigress and it is in Kaziranga National Park of Assam. And this tigress is also known as tabby tiger or strawberry tiger. Now why it is so special? Because it is India's only golden tiger. So there is only one golden tiger in our country and it is Kaji 106F. It is in Kaziranga National Park in Assam. Next is Milk Tea Alliance. So this is your homework. Please read about it. Next is Melghat Tiger Reserve. So it is in Maharashtra, and recently it was in news because Maharashtra Chief Minister has requested the central government for the alternate routes of railway lines. Right now these railway lines are proposed to pass through this tiger reserve. So it is in Maharashtra and it is the first tiger reserve of Maharashtra. Next is Chiang Mai Initiative. So it is a currency swap agreement, and this agreement is between 10 ASEAN countries plus China, Japan and South Korea. So it is a currency swap agreement. Next is Azad Patan. So it is a hydroelectric project and it is in POK, that is Pakistan Occupied Kashmir, and recently it was in news because Pakistan and China signed agreement for this project. Now obviously India has raised its objections because it is in our territory. So it is a 700 megawatt power project. Next is Krish Gopal Krishnan Committee. So recently this committee was in news as it submitted a report on framing the rules for the non-personal data governance. So these were the most important news events of today's video. Now homework. So first homework is ADL, that is anti-defection law. Please read about it because it was in news recently in the context of Rajasthan politics. Next is please read about South China Sea. And third is Milk Tea Alliance. So that was all for the day. Thank you.